The views and opinions on this show do not necessarily reflect the views of ESPN Tucson 1490 AM, 94.9 HD Channel 4, or the Arizona Lotus Corporation.
Welcome to Spears and Ali on ESPN Tucson.
Justin Spears, I like that.
With Justin Spears and Ali Farhang on 1490 AM, 94.9 HD Channel 4, ESPN Tucson. Brought to you by Tucson Federal Credit Union, the Volpe team at Nova Home Loans, and Rightway Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
I want to be entertaining, but I'm not stupid enough to compare myself to Ali.
What's happening, everyone? Happy Thursday. You're rocking with Spears and Ali here on ESPN Tucson, 1490 AM, 94.9 HD Channel 4, ESPNTucson.com, and the ESPN Tucson mobile app. We are presented by our great sponsors, the Volpe team at Nova Home Loans, Rightway Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, and Tucson Federal Credit Union. Man, we got lots to talk about today. The Becky Burke era is officially underway for Arizona women's basketball. The Wildcats men's basketball team landing a big-time recruit. And then Arizona spring football is back in action. You did tell us.
Told you.
You did tell us.
And more to come.
Really?
Going full Billy Mays on us, huh?
Yeah.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah. Yeah. So my brother, Amir, I'm going to start with this because that rat bastard, he just doesn't like anything. So I posted yesterday because it got a good laugh, and Saul Bookman, who I respect and I love, said that my Home Depot joke was good. You call Braden Burris Home Depot because that's where you go to get buckets.
Yeah.
And then you think about the dun 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 dun, the Home Depot music in the background.
Dun, dun, dun,
well, the Braden's Berries and the Braden McFlurry or whatever.
The McBurry?
The McBurry.
Yeah, I stole that totally from him. Okay. So, and I told him I was going to steal it.
Yeah.
And
so is it really stealing?
So he made an AI thing of like Eddie Murphy starring as me, and the movie's title's called The Stealer of Jokes. But I'm stealing that. It's funny. He didn't like my Home Depot thing at all. He's like, that's not good at all. And so I just want him to know that, that's one man's opinion, and you're entitled to it. I'm also entitled to not tell you what's going to happen next with Arizona basketball, which you love, and you really want that information. So. Yeah, eat it, Amir.
That rat bastard.
Yeah. He just, I'm like, just because the idea doesn't come from you doesn't mean it's a bad idea. Yeah, right.
But yeah, we're going to be talking a lot of Arizona basketball today. Like I said, Arizona spring football back in action this week. Got a little more than a week until the spring showcase. The spring transfer portal window is also coming up here too, so we'll talk about some of that as well. If you want to join the show, hit us up at 719-1490, 719-1490. That is our studio line. And don't forget to check us out on the Spears and Ali podcast, Apple and Spotify. Please subscribe, rate, and comment today, and check out some video clips on YouTube.
we're going to put some more up, some from yesterday. We're filming today. And I'm just going to ask the both of you, because both of you on different platforms have a very massive social media following.
I won't say massive, but
dude, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I have a decent Twitter following.
People actually really like to follow your stuff. People really, Andrew's
got a massive following.
You make a lot of content. So my ask of both of you is go on your platforms and say, hey, we're trying to get to so many subscribers to YouTube. Please subscribe today. And let's see if we can get to 1,000 by Monday. That's my challenge.
1,000, man.
My challenge to both of you.
Man,
that is indeed a challenge.
That is a hell of a challenge. All right.
Yeah. We get to 1,000 by Tuesday. I will take you both out to breakfast.
Aww.
Yeah, Andrew. Yeah. How about that? Yeah. You were sick last week, and
I was.
Me, Tip, and Justin went to breakfast.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah. So we need to do it. I know you really like to go to breakfast. So
it's the most important meal of the day, man.
There you go. Carrot and stick, baby.
Yep.
Yeah.
I probably won't
not?
have carrots.
Why not?
I like that.
So that's my challenge to you. I'll be looking on the different Face X and all that stuff.
Face X.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to help us out, get our numbers up, please go to YouTube, search Spears and Ali, and subscribe to our page today. It really help us out. And like I said, we're putting up more video content on our platforms, and everyone's got smart TVs nowadays, and everyone's got YouTube. And so you can not only listen to us live from 7 to 9 a.m., but you can, hey, if you want to if you're at home, if you're cooking or cleaning or doing whatever in the house, and you're like, you know what, I want to watch a 20-minute episode of Spears and Ali chopping it up about what's the latest with Arizona basketball.
Getting caked
by Steve Aoki at the Pima County Fair.
You know what's
like,
what's weird?
Please
Maybe
go.
It's not weird, but you know how you'll be talking to somebody about any topic, and then for some reason it comes up on your phone or like on your feed.
They're
right?
always listening.
Yeah,
always listening.
So I have a smart TV and I have YouTube TV, so I don't have, I've cut the cable. The Spears and Ali YouTube page comes up on my TV.
That's what I'm saying, man. We're not only on your radio, but we're also on your TV too.
Yeah, they're listening.
So
yeah,
go to Spears and Ali YouTube. Please subscribe today. All right, guys, let's talk about some important news happening in the last 24 hours. Let's first start off with Arizona women's basketball hiring a new head coach. The Becky Burke era is officially underway in Tucson, Arizona. She had to adjust her tweet yesterday when she said she's super excited about coming to Tucson.
She didn't spell Tucson wrong.
She did the old Tuscan, but she took it down. She quickly made the adjustment. And I'm like, okay, lesson 1, coach, on the job. Do not misspell Tucson.
Yeah.
But we'll give you a pass. We'll give you a pass because she's from back east. She's originally from Pennsylvania. She played.
Oh, I already like her.
Yeah. She's
Western Pennsylvania or Eastern Pennsylvania?
Clark's Summit, Pennsylvania, wherever the hell that is. It's a population of 5,108. And yes, it's a small town out in Pennsylvania, but she played college basketball at Louisville, played for the Cardinals, was a guard for them, and then began her coaching career at St. Joseph's as an assistant, and then became a head coach at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, the school that's located up in
Flagstaff,
in Prescott.
Yeah.
So
up north.
It's
close.
Potato. And
great school. Great engineering school.
Really good engineering school. If you're looking to get into aviation and that kind of thing, that's definitely the school for you. And
women's basketball.
And women's basketball too. And she started also coaching at College of Charleston, USC upstate. And then for the last 4 seasons, she's been coaching at Buffalo. And she actually led the Buffaloes this past season, I mean, just recently, a couple weeks ago, to a WNIT championship. So she's a really good coach. She's got an impressive record. As a head coach, she is 174-92. So she's got a 65% win rate. She's the Big South Coach of the Year in 2022. So she's got the resume at the smaller level. Now she's looking to level up and lead the Arizona Wildcats as a 35-year-old head coach.
Well, I'm going to not do what a lot of people in the sports reporting world do. I don't know anything, so I'm not going to go start offering a bunch of opinions or, for clicks and follows, start criticizing this hire or applauding this hire. I don't know. I hope she's great. It was time for a change with women's basketball, the head coaching position. And, welcome to Tucson, Coach Burke. I hope you're very successful, and, you don't have really a stacked roster right now. In fact, you have no players. So
I was going to say,
yeah, you literally have Montea Dew.
Is that it?
That's it. That's the only scholarship player left.
Maybe a couple of the women that went in the portal, particularly Lauren Swan, maybe she can recruit her to come back, and maybe we get some transfers from Buffalo. I don't know. Her work's cut out for her for sure. And, but I hope she's successful. And, you can say whatever you want about Adia Barnes. We think that 2 things can be true. She brought a lot of success to women's basketball, success we've never seen before at the University of Arizona. It was also the right time for a separation, but Adia has raised the bar. So the years of, you can just be a 500 team and it's just kind of an afterthought with women's basketball, and that's a successful year. Those days are over. I mean, people will have expectations now when it comes to Arizona women's basketball, and Adia Barnes is a big reason why.
And Adia was announced yesterday as the official head coach of SMU. She had her introductory press conference. It was introduced. She sent out a thank you message to Tucson, Arizona, and
Really interesting.
a lot of people at the U of A listed a lot of people. She went full Russell Wilson.
She did.
And listed everyone who's had an impact on her career as head coach of the Arizona Wildcats. And I think with Becky Burke replacing Adia, the logic behind it for Desiree Reed-Francois, and this is not sourced, this is just how I view the situation, is if you look at Becky Burke's career as a head coach, like I said, Embry-Riddle, College of Charleston, USC Upstate, Buffalo, these are small, mid-major programs, but yet she had a winning record at every single stop. So no matter what her resources are, no matter what she has, she's able to figure it out and put together a winning product. And I think Desiree Reed-Francois, I don't know what the contract terms are, but I'm willing to bet that Becky Burke might be on the lower tier when it comes to Big 12 coaches being paid.
Yeah, my guess is
I'm willing to bet that half
or less than half of what Adia was making. And then those resources may be redistributed in other ways.
Yeah.
Like men's basketball,
or I mean, heck, even just, having, I guess, money for NIL collective. I don't know what the exact plan is for that money that Adia was making, but what Becky Burke is making it's a fraction of what Adia was making. And I still think that even with her contract and the players that she gets in, that she's going to figure out a way to maximize all the players that she has on her roster.
That's our hope.
And if you can do that at, like I said, at the fraction of the price of what Adia is making, and then that's pretty good.
That's a win.
It's a good formula for Arizona.
And then also, with Adia having 1 year left on her contract, I think there's like a $300,000 buyout for her leaving for SMU. I mean, look, the situation for Adia was untenable. You cannot have a coach going into the last year of their contract and expect them to build a roster that is of any quality, because players are not going to go play for a coach that they don't know is going to be there after 1 year. So again, good separation for both sides. And I don't know, we'll hope for the best, but it's a new era for sure. And hopefully Coach Burke gets to Tucson, and I'm sure she's already hard at work trying to build the roster and figure out.
Oh, she already said it. She was like, I wish I could say I'm excited to get to work, but I'm already a few hours in.
Yeah, I'm sure she is.
So
I'm sure she is, man. I mean,
the ink isn't even dry yet, and she's hard at work.
Again, I mean, we can't play 1-on-5 next year. So that's not gonna, that is not a recipe for success. I'm gonna stand firm on that one. Yeah. So we'll see. But it's a good. It's sometimes change is good. I think this is one of those situations where that applies absolutely.
Becky Burke era officially underway in Tucson, Arizona, with Arizona women's basketball. We'll talk more about that throughout the show. Some other Arizona basketball news happening yesterday. And if Arizona women's basketball didn't make such a big-time coaching hire, this would be our lead for today. Arizona getting a pretty big-time prospect in Braden Burries, a 5-star shooting guard from California. This dude he's a big-bodied guard. He's a multi-level scorer. He's tough as nails. A really good number 2 guard. Probably, I mean, that's going to be your next Caleb Love, right? I mean, is he going to be the leader that Caleb Love was? We'll find out as a freshman. I'm not banking on that, but he's a really good player, and he gives Arizona some firepower. And when you look at the potential lineup of Jaden Bradley, Braden Burries, a guy who averaged just under 30 points per game last year in high school. If Carter Bryant comes back, Koa Pete, a healthy Mo Krivas with Toby Awaka coming off the bench. Like, I was thinking about it, man, if you got LeBron's kid as like the second, third, or fourth guy coming off the bench, I feel like that bodes well for Arizona.
I mean,
I love this roster, man.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, it's again, on paper, it may be one of the best rosters we've had in over a decade. We'll see. Yeah. A lot of development's got to happen, and then with freshmen. So they're going to go through some ups and downs early in the season. What you hope for is that they've, the iron has sharpened the iron by March, and usually by December, those guys are really sophomores because they played so much. But those, Koa Pete, Aristode, Braden Burris, I mean, some got it as number 1 recruiting class. Some got it as 4. It's definitely one of the top 5 recruiting classes in the country, but you're relying on freshmen. And one thing about Tommy Lloyd is he is really good about not putting too much on the shoulders of freshmen. He brings them along slowly so they don't feel overwhelmed from the beginning. He doesn't want freshmen to feel like it's all on them. This year, it's going to be a little bit different because we're going to have to rely on those freshmen, right?
Well, because in the past few years, it's always been 1 guy, 2 guys at most.
Right. So it's a little bit of a different roster than Tommy's had in the past, where you've got essentially at least 2 freshmen that are going to start. We can reasonably expect. I don't think that's happened in the 4 years he's coached here.
No.
Right? I mean, Carter Bryant, but before this recruiting class, Carter Bryant, the most highly recruited player for Arizona, he came off the bench. In previous years, when we had pretty good freshmen, they came off the bench.
Kylan Boswell
came off the bench. Exactly. So that's a dynamic nobody's really talking about. Is you got a coach that really likes to rely on veteran players who's most likely going to have 2 first-year guys starting in the lineup, and it'll be interesting to see how he's able to develop them. Not put too much on their shoulders, but at the same time, we're going to have to rely on Koa Pete and Braden Burries to provide something, and they're going to have to do it, from the start. So I think it's kind of an interesting dynamic in this year's team.
Well, good news is those guys are potential lottery picks. Like, these guys are 5-star All-American type of players. We could be talking about them being top 15 picks next year.
Yeah.
So they are relying on.
Comes back. You could have 3 guys in next year's draft, potentially top 15, top 20.
And that's not even including the potential of Mo Krivas.
Yeah.
Like, Mo Krivas is a really good player.
He is. He's going to play.
I mean, you've been to practices. You've seen Mo Krivas a lot more than I have. What kind of player is he when he's healthy?
Mo Krivas, when he's healthy, is one of those big men that's got extreme amount of skill, offensive skill, and then he's got the length on defense that really alters shots. So, Big Mo, he's going to, get in the weight room a little bit more this offseason, get healthy. His outside shot, I know you like a stretch 5, Andrew, a big guy that can shoot from outside. He's got an outside shot. So, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw him shoot, a handful of 3s next year. But Mo Krivas, from just a traditional skilled big man perspective, he's got old school big man game, and he's really good.
Yeah. I'm excited for this upcoming Arizona basketball team. Oh, they're going to be really good. And I think Tommy Lloyd has shown the blueprint of having a successful season. Tough non-conference schedule, have the Big 12 schedule, which is really tough, be battle tested for the tournament. And if you have the right roster, you are going to go far. Arizona had the right roster this past year. They just ran into a really tough Duke team. But now Arizona, they have the roster to go up against any single team. And I'm talking about Duke included in next year's tournament. So Final Four or bust for Tommy Lloyd?
I mean,
I know it's hard to get there, but
we'll see.
But those are the expectations
on paper.
now.
Yes. Yeah. Final Four is the expectation. Like I said to you guys yesterday, just like in life, you're a reflection of those that you associate with. We are in the Big 12 conference. We've got a tough non-conference, and that's kind of schedule either breaks you or makes you tougher. And if it's the latter for this team and makes us tougher, like it did this year, this is going to be a really good. It's going to be a good year. It'll be a lot of fun
playing against Auburn.
I just hope they get past the 16. Good God,
Sweet 16,
I'm
man.
So sick of the Sweet 16.
Man, you're preaching the choir, Andrew.
Well, I mean, for me, it's like, again, the last time we're in a Final Four, my son was born.
Mm-hmm.
He's a first-year law student at Georgetown now.
Mm-hmm.
It's time. It's time for us to be back in Final Fours and vying for national championships. And so, look, you've checked all the boxes. everything that you could have done up to this point to get to that level, Tommy Lloyd has done. We've got a great recruiting class. We've got a lot of really good veteran seasoned players coming back. And so boxes checked. Now's the hard part. You gotta bring this team together. You gotta develop them, and they've got to play selflessly because there's one ball.
Yep.
And so can this team, can you get these guys? And I think, personality wise, from what I know, which is not a lot from these new guys, I know the guys that are coming back a lot better. Can you make this about we instead of me? And Tommy has shown that he's done that. He's done that pretty much every year he's been here. This is year 5.
Yeah.
If you can do that, get your popcorn ready.
And that we mentality will end up benefiting me in the NBA draft.
Sure, it's the way it works, man. I mean, the only reason Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with Oklahoma City is being, I think, the front runner for MVP in the NBA is because his team's got the best record in the NBA.
Yep.
But if you were starting a draft of guys today, you'd pick Nikolai Jokic from Denver.
100%.
So winning matters.
So the music didn't fire properly, obviously.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome to Spears and Ali here on ESPN Tucson, 1490 AM and the Spears and Ali podcast.
Oh, man.
That's amazing. I was like, all right, end of the hour.
Show. Yeah, that went quick.
Hour number 2 underway.
2 hours.
All right, we got a few minutes left here of hour number 1.
Computer.
If you want to call in and join the show and talk about Braden Burries coming to the U of A, Becky Burke. It was kind of the day of BBs yesterday. Braden Burries.
Yeah, Killer Bees.
The Killer Bees.
Big Ben, Le'Veon Bell, and Antonio Brown. Those were the days when the Steelers offense scored more than 16 points.
Well, Braden Burries comes to Arizona, big time edition. What are your expectations for Arizona basketball next season? What do you think about this edition? Call in at 719-1490, 719-1490. And then what do you think about Becky Burke as the new Arizona women's head basketball coach? We'll talk about those things coming up at the top of the 8 o'clock hour. But Ali, at the end of the NBA regular season is officially here. We're at the final stretch. And man, we talked about it yesterday, 3 through 8. It's just kind of jumbled up there. Now, the Lakers did help themselves by beating the Dallas Mavericks last night, 112-97. So
now it's the first time the Lakers have qualified for the playoffs, not the play-in, the playoffs, since 2020.
Wow. And they won the championship then. So bodes well for our Lakers. But what do you think about last night's game? It was Luka Doncic, his return to Dallas. I was curious to see how the fans would react. Now, I knew they weren't going to boo him because they hate Nico Harrison more than anything. And I knew that they were going to treat Luka with a lot of love and respect. But I was wondering, how the fans would treat the guy who dealt him and Nico Harrison. And man, every chance they got, they chanted "Fire, Nico!"
Yeah,
and that's what made this return so.
And he was there,
hiding in the tunnel, like trying to make sure he wasn't seen. And what's so interesting about like everything I just said is, normally in years past we've seen go back to Kevin Durant, go back to Oklahoma City. All those fans there were wearing cupcake shirts, but then Kevin Durant signed with Golden State as a free agent, right? When LeBron went back to Cleveland after joining the Miami Heat, all those fans wearing liquidness shirts and all sorts of derogatory shirts towards LeBron. This was different. This was a superstar getting dealt, a superstar that wanted to be in Dallas for his entire career. And you felt that when he was watching the tribute video before the game and he was fighting back tears.
They didn't fight back anything. He was crying.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really emotional. How did I feel about last night? I felt like I gorged myself on a happy pie as a Laker fan. Just watching Luka go for 45, especially when I bet him to go for at least 40. But, I mean, the video played, right? You said it was different. It was different. This came out of nowhere. Luka didn't want to leave.
No.
He thought he was going to play there his whole career. It came out of nowhere for him. And they played that tribute video. And if I were a Dallas Maverick fan, my first thought would have been, how the F did we trade this guy? Like, what is happening? Like, look at the video. How important this guy's been to our city. We drafted him when he was 18 years old. He grew up with us. He's only going to be 26 now. He's one of the greatest players in the world. You traded him for Anthony Davis and a first-round pick. I would be pissed. If I was a Dallas Maverick fan, I would be pissed. I would cancel my season tickets.
Yeah.
And, you had a pro-Laker crowd in Dallas. Everything Luka did, they cheered. Luka committed a foul. They booed. And Fire Nico was raining through the stadium. I mean, if you're Nico Harrison, the general manager right now, you got one of two moves. Either say, of course I didn't want to do this. I'm not an idiot. The moron is Patrick Dumont, the owner of the Mavericks, or the governor. You can't say owner anymore. So the governor of the Mavericks, and he didn't want to pay the max extension to Luka, and whatever. He's a moron. He's a trust fund baby. He thinks he knows it all. He doesn't know anything about basketball.
He wants to go to Vegas.
He forced my whatever it is. He forced my hand. I'm resigning.
Yeah,
that's his only move right now. Because you are unlikely to ever get another job in the NBA when people think that you made this trade.
Yeah. And he's the scapegoat right now, if that is the case.
If that's the case.
Or he could have easily made that trade, and he is one of the worst GMs, if not the worst GM in NBA history. Like, this is going to go down as, and I feel so bad for kind of disrespecting the other side of the trade and Anthony Davis, because AD is a top 75 player of all time, right? But this is going to go down as the worst trade in NBA history, outside of Kareem.
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing is, you think about Anthony Davis is, 32, 33 years old, right?
Yeah.
And so everybody's got this assumption now, because of Tom Brady and LeBron, that guys are going to play through their 40s. And that's just not going to happen. Those guys are anomalies. So you've got an aging big man. How does that work out? Those guys don't ever get injured, do they? Okay. You got an aging big man for a top 5 superstar who is not even in his prime yet. He's 20. He's 25. He's going to be 26 here soon. As a Laker fan, I'm just going to say, like I said, I've got happy pie all over my face. It's on my shirt, and I'm like Justin at dinner on Sunday, baby. It's give me a second servings.
All right, that'll do it for hour number 2 of Spears and Ali. So subscribe to the Spears and Ali YouTube page today.
I'll be looking for your guys' promotional materials on the various social media outlets in the next couple of days.
Yeah. Trying to get our numbers up. We're trying to go on the big screen, guys. Trying to go from the radio to the TV.
You think that you'll kind of up your game in the dress department if we do that?
Oh, totally.
Yeah,
totally. I'll wear better graphic tees.
Okay, that's not what I was talking about, but okay.
It could lead into a sponsorship with a t-shirt company.
Yeah, it could.
Yeah, one not based in Toronto.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not October's very own. I see. But yeah, man, I love our YouTube page a lot. We're going to be doing some more content there. So if you're looking for the video version of our show, go to Spears and Ali YouTube.
Justin, you buy all your shirts at Spencer's, or you go other places too?
Not go to other places.
Hot Tropica?
Hot Topic,
whatever.
I like Hot Tropica.
Tropica.
That's for all the island goths.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Justin had a Magnum face, Magnum PI.
Bombo clot. It's not a it's not a phase.
It's
Mom.
not a phase, man.
It's not a phase, man.
You have a. I guarantee you this. Well, we know he's got beads in his house.
Yeah, leads into the kitchen.
You have a nightstand next to your bed.
Lava lamp.
And you have a lava lamp. Okay, so like it's just like the goofiness never stops. But I guarantee
I don't actually have a lava lamp.
And then you do.
Ollie has this image of my house that's not actually true.
The Elvis velvet painting.
Yeah.
Or the velvet Kramer painting, actually.
Yeah.
And in your drawer next to your bed, is that where you put your puka shells?
Yes.
It all checks out.
Ollie has this vision again of what my house looks like, and it's like the most early 2000s dude casa. It's a Mojo Dojo casa house.
Yeah. I'm just glad you haven't seen the inside of my house.
Me too.
All right, Spears and Ali, hour number 2, presented by Tucson Federal Credit Union, the Volpe team at Nova Home Loans, and Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Andrew brought us into Georgia on My Mind by Ray Charles.
Yep.
And every time I hear that song this time of year, that's when you know the Masters is officially here. The Masters getting started today. And it seems like Rory McIlroy is the huge favorite to win his first green jacket.
I know.
And
And I want him to win, and that bums me out because, usually doesn't work out the way. When everybody's like on the public, when the public's on one side of a bet, you usually want to bet the other way.
Yep.
And I want Rory to win. I joined a couple of pools last night. I got Rory, Colin Morikawa. Yeah.
Hot Tropica.
Scotty Scheffler, I think, is going to be up there. He's playing good golf. He's obviously awesome. It's going to be great, man. I mean, and Augusta is like, if you like golf or if you love golf, I think it's pretty much the closest thing to heaven on earth is being at Augusta at the Masters.
Have you been?
I haven't, but it's going to happen.
I didn't realize how many like rules and stuff there were to attending the Masters at Augusta.
Yeah, I mean, it's the best golf crowd in any tournament anywhere. I mean, the people are great. They're respectful. I mean, it costs $3,000 to get in, but once you get in, then you can have a $1.50 chicken sandwich. It's great.
And that's the big thing that I love about Augusta National and the Masters is the respect part of it.
Yeah.
Like, you can have a lot of people at an event and have a good time, but sometimes it just gets a little too crazy, like waste management. Seeing fat guys sliding down the hill when it's muddy and rainy just because they're so drunk and they want to act a fool.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I like having a good time, right? I'm not trying to be the old man yelling at a cloud here, but
there's no running of the bros at Augusta.
Yeah.
No,
right.
I don't even think you're allowed to run on the course unless you're
not
a player.
You're not allowed to run. There's some very specific rules. And then the thing about Masters, why I love it so much, I think the Masters and the British Open, also known as just the Open now, are my two favorite. But the Masters, like if you win that tournament, you're in a fraternity that's everlasting.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, let me give you an example. You know what they have at Augusta if you're a Masters champion? They have the champions practice range.
Yeah.
You only get to go on that practice range if you've won the Masters.
Yep.
All you rest of you riffraff who've never won, you go to the other practice range. When you put that green jacket on, that's a legacy.
Yeah.
Forever. It's a forever. You have the Masters champions locker room only for Masters winners.
Yep.
So
the dinner.
Of
course I had to bring that up.
The dinner, of course you did, and I think you really liked the menu this year.
They also have like a Sunday, like the Sunday before the Masters. I think if you're a winner, you can bring a guest and play Augusta with a guest.
Yeah, I mean, if you win the Masters, you get a free membership for life.
Mm-hmm.
I know one guy, my buddy Brant Hazen, whose dad is a member at Augusta.
Yo.
I'm working it.
I'm massaging it.
Brand is the best. So anyway, I think that it's just for the purist of golf. I don't know if it gets better than the Masters. So I just got a picture from one of my buddies at the Conquistadors. He's got his TV on one channel of the Masters, his computer on the other, and another computer on the third thing. He's watching basically everything. So, and he's like, does this make me crazy? And I'm like, no, it's the epitome of heroism. I think what you're doing. So good for you. It's just, it's an awesome tournament and nothing. I mean, to me, Sunday at the Masters is awesome. So I'm looking forward to a really great tournament, and, hopefully Rory can overcome the public sentiment in his favor and do something.
Well,
overcome it.
Well, and yesterday was the par 3 contest, which is my favorite event out of the Masters outside of the final round on Sunday, because it's cool to see, these guys that are ultra competitors, and the guy, whenever they get out on the golf course, while they are friends, most of them are, they also want to step on each other's throats and just completely dominate the field. And the par 3 contest, that round, it allows the family members to come out. Yeah. You see the kids come out on the golf course wearing caddy onesies. The wives are carrying the golf clubs too. And the players are just so happy. And you can just see them just kind of relax and enjoy Augusta National. And when I saw Rory McIlroy's daughter, Poppy, that's her name, which I think is a cool name for a daughter. Poppy made a really long putt on one of the par threes. It was like she had like I think she used a driver too.
Incredible.
And she like just barely like tapped it right, like a toddler, and the ball just slowly rolled and rolled and rolled, and then finally hit the cup. And I was like, you know what? I think that's a sign. And I put money on Rory McIlroy, which means he's not going to win the green jacket.
I did too. So that's a double yoinks.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll see, man. It's going to be, he's been playing beautiful golf. And I think that, if he's going to, I mean, he's not too old, right? What is he, like 38, 37 right now? 35. He's still got some years, but if he's going to do it, like, this is the time.
Yeah.
This is the time for him to do it. So,
he's 35.
And, you know, maybe Poppy McIlroy, he'll follow her lead. The big thing for Rory McIlroy is he always gets off to a slow start in the Masters, and then he's always chasing. If he can get off to a good start today, play a subpar round, then, you know, he's be right in the thick of things because he gets better as the week goes on, usually.
Do you guys think, I saw this question online the other day, do you think you could win the Masters if you started on the green, but from the farthest point from the cup? All you have to do is putt.
No.
Can you win the Masters?
I maybe.
No.
Yeah, I'm a really good putter, but I mean, there's like 3 different tiers levels of on some greens. I mean, the greens are crazy. I guess maybe. I mean, you're thinking
top 25.
Can I
finish?
get 3 or 4 putt every time? Yeah, top 20 finish. I think I can do it. It'd be a good. I would love to put it. I like try it. Yeah. So
Augusta National
for all of you members of Augusta out there, I'm game. Let's try it.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it just because of the example I just gave with Poppy. Like, it was like a typical like little toddler like swing of the club, and she barely nicked the ball. And to see how that thing just kept rolling, that to me, I'm like, I would just putt like I normally do, and that ball's going to sail right past the cup. So ain't no way I'm winning the Masters by just putting. And these guys are really good too. These PGA golfers. Now, I am curious though, you know, how Liv is going to represent at the Masters, because last year, Phil Mickelson had a pretty good showing.
Yeah.
Bryson DeChambeau was right there in the mix in the final round. You know, Brooks Koepka, we talk about him kind of being like the majors whisperer, you know, guys that's won multiple US Opens, has won multiple majors. He doesn't have a green jacket yet. And Brooks Koepka, we're talking about kind of modern golfers, he's in that upper tier. I'd probably put maybe Scotty Scheffler a little bit above him, but Brooks Koepka is one of those elite golfers that has yet to win a green jacket. And I would expect him to be right there in that mix too. So
Scheffler's defending champ, yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
Looking to make it 3 for 3 jackets.
I mean, you got guys that, I mean, like, you know, Trevor Immelman, I guess he won in 2009 from Argentina. Charles Schwartzel. I mean, these guys won the Masters. Like, everything else is gravy as a professional golfer.
Vijay Singh won the Masters.
He did make it sing. It's yeah, I mean, when you win that tournament, it has more gravity to it than any other tournament. It's just, if you put that green jacket on, it's just it just means more.
Absolutely. SEC.
It does happen in Georgia.
SEC. And they're like, oh, we won the national championship, and look how many wins we had in the NCAA tournament. I'm like, yeah, 50 teams in the tournament. So Big 12 had the best record.
But you mentioned
for the record.
You mentioned the concession stand prices at the Masters, because it takes you a lot, it's a lot of money to get to Augusta National.
Yeah.
Between flights, travel, all that. Like, I know that Augusta National, they have a private airport, and they have private jets just coming in left and right. But for the most part, people will fly into Atlanta or another city and then drive a couple of hours.
Yeah, Atlanta's like 2.5 hours away. I think that's what my brother told me.
But once you get inside, those prices, man, We're talking about a pimento cheese for $1.50.
So that's
a pork barbecue sandwich for $3.
Yeah, I would try every one of everything.
Yep.
But here's what I really want to do. I want to try the pimento cheese sandwich. So I would try it just with as it comes. But what I really want to do then is I want to get that fried chicken sandwich, and I want to put the fried chicken in the pimento cheese sandwich and eat them together.
You dog.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, it just seems like it just seems right. I mean, I looked at it, I'm like, that would be great. Yeah.
And the Georgia peach ice cream sandwich for $3 too.
Yeah. And
Can't beat it.
What is it? Like beers are like domestic beers are like $3, $4.
Yeah, domestic beer is $6.
$6.
Import beer, $6. White wine, $6 as well.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
you're paying dive bar prices.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
$6
awesome.
for a domestic beer, $8 for imported beer. That would get you 3 ounces at any college or professional sports team arena, except for Mercedes-Benz in Atlanta.
Yeah. God bless.
When you think about the Masters, what's the first memory that comes to mind?
Oh man, I mean, it's just Tiger dominating the field,
Yeah.
winning by 12 strokes that one year.
Yeah.
2009, I think it was.
2005,
2005.
that chip,
So yeah, the chip.
Yeah.
which was it was like a free Nike ad, like
Yeah.
free Nike commercial.
Kind of like the last hurrah of Tiger in 2019.
Yeah.
Winning the Masters.
That's my favorite.
On one leg.
Yep.
That was kind of a tearjerker for me.
Well, and for that year too, that was a tearjerker for me. Like that is one of the few sports moments that actually kind of moved me to tears, because a few months prior, I had lost my father. My father had passed away.
Yeah.
And that was Tiger's first Masters without Earl Woods being present.
Yeah.
And to see that moment that Tiger had after winning that green jacket by hugging his son, Charlie Woods, and they put it side by side with him hugging Earl. I mean, just being a few months after losing my dad and seeing that image, that rocked me to my core.
Buddy, that's heavy. I get that. You know, my first golf memory, I think the first tournament I ever watched on TV was 1986 and watching Jack Nicklaus win the Masters.
Yeah.
So I didn't really get into golf till college, in any serious way. But if you ask me, like, what's my memory? Yeah, you got the Tiger ones, but like my formative first memory of like really watching golf and being interested was, the Golden Bear in '86. I thought that was, at that time, I was like, that is the coolest thing ever. So
Masters is great, man. Lots of great celebratory moments, epic collapses. Greg Norman, the shark. It's definitely had some.
I saw a video yesterday. I think it was from a few years ago where Ernie Els 7 putted.
Oh,
and it was like from 2 feet. It just like he just kept putting and he looked at it and then he putted and it like lipped out and then he putted. He didn't score a 7 on the hole.
He 7 putted.
7 putted. Yeah. That's the thing about golf. It's so terrible. It's so agonizing. It's so hard. If you look behind the tee box on 18, it's all uphill. And you look at how narrow it is, and you have 1,000 ways to go wrong, and you have really one way where you need to put your ball. You think about if you're up at the leaderboard and you're going to 18 and it's within a stroke or two, the emotions, the nerves of golf. I completely understand why most of these guys need constant therapy.
Yeah, no kidding. Can't wait to watch the Masters. We'll be talking more about the Masters all throughout the week, and we'll see who's wearing the green jacket when it's all said and done. All right, coming up next by the way, Tiger Woods 2019, is that one of the greatest comebacks in sports history?
Yeah.
Considering the back surgeries and everything he went through?
Yeah, I mean, second to Kim Kardashian for sure.
All right, coming up next on Spears and Ali.
Speaking of VJ Singh,
let's talk about Arizona basketball landing Braden Burries, and also U of A women's basketball hiring a new head coach. The Becky Burke era is officially underway. We're going to talk about those things coming up next. Oh man, it's my favorite time of year. Meet the chefs. Iron Chef Tucson, baby. It's where Justin can enjoy some great food, and you can enjoy some great food too at the 17th annual Meet the Chefs event on Sunday, May 18th at Desert Diamond Casino's Diamond Center. It's all going down from 3 p.m. until 5 p.m. You can enjoy an evening of food tastings and beer samplings, and all the food samples are prepared that evening by the chefs who are competing for a chance to be in that Iron Chef Tucson challenge. Maybe someone can dethrone Anthony Dromgoole from Oban Sushi and Ramen. Good luck. That guy's a freaking stud. And if you want tickets for this event, go to ironcheftucson.com. Tickets are coming soon.
Well, I think Ken Foy's like, I want my belt back, right? And then you got our buddy Jose, who we need to have on from Amelia's Kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
Who's, and by the way, the food there is spectacular.
Yeah,
great job, Jose. He's looking for something.
Mr. Contreras.
The culinary scene in Tucson is pretty awesome, and
some would say internationally recognized.
It is actually internationally recognized, but not talked about enough.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's like one of the many aspects of our town that are just outstanding. So no, I don't want to talk about the roads. Okay, can we talk about the good stuff? So
food makes up for it.
Food makes up for it. I mean, there's just so many good restaurants, and my saying, man, support local. So these people that are starting businesses and employing people here in Tucson that are homegrown, part of our community, if you're deciding whether to go to a box store or go to their restaurant, I hope you choose the local restaurant. And nothing wrong with the box restaurant.
Chipotle's good from time to time, but
it's okay.
It ain't Amelia's.
It's not Amelia's. And so, support local in every aspect of the manner in which you conduct your business or put food in your gullet.
All right, let's talk about some Arizona basketball news happening in the last 24 hours. Let's start off with the big one. Arizona women's basketball has finally found.
No offense, dude.
What?
It's really good that we got a new head coach, but if you're gonna weigh the emotions of this town, if we're just being honest, the big story is Arizona signed Braden Burries, the 5-star guard, to round out their recruiting class to add to Koa Pete, Aristode, and Bryce James. No disrespect. Don't Billy Bobby me right now. Just saying.
Billy Bobby.
Don't Billy Bobby me right now.
What does that even mean?
You know what I mean?
Well, the reason why I prioritize this is because it's a head coaching hire. And Braden Burries, while it is a big time addition, I feel like more people were excited about Koa Pete than Braden Burries, with all due respect to Braden, just because of Koa being an in-state guy.
It's complimentary. All I'm saying is the emotions of this town. If you're saying the number one story at the water coolers, at the various offices throughout the old Pueblo, Braden Burries is the top headline.
Man, Burries, huh?
Yeah, man. Burries berries. Buy a bucket.
Man, Burries. That kid Burries is going to be good. Oh man, I got the hot water instead of the cold. Damn it.
Yeah. See, they can't even think right because they're so excited.
Yeah.
Now, Becky Burke, the hire of the new women's basketball team. I mean, a lot of unknowns. I mean, I never saw her play at Louisville. I don't know anything about her coaching tree or coaching background. I never watched Buffalo women's basketball. And I would say probably the first significant hire by our new athletic director, Desiree Reed-Francois. And I have nothing but hope that she comes in here, integrates herself with the community, and is successful. But again, for a lot of things that a lot of issues with the U of A women's basketball the last few years that are fair, right? There's some fair criticisms about the team, the culture. But what Adia did is she raised the standards. So Coach Burke is not coming into a place where it's like, you're starting at ground zero. People's expectations are higher than that with women's basketball. And so it's a big job, and she's got one player on the roster now. So I'm sure she's really hard at work right now, getting players.
She's got to fill that roster. 10 players from Arizona enter the transfer portal.
Yeah.
So
that's insane.
Yeah. There's a lot of, it's a clean canvas for Becky Burke.
Certainly is.
And she's going to have to build up her team, but
let's see what kind of paint she's got.
We'll see. And I think
hopefully
honestly, we always say that multiple things can be true. And I think Adia Barnes can learn from the last few years at Arizona and apply that to her new role at SMU. I also think too that, there is a good possibility, and we don't know the numbers or the figures or anything like that, but based off of things that I've been hearing, is when revenue sharing kicks into collegiate athletics in July, the piece of the pie for Arizona women's basketball may not be as big as maybe Adia Barnes wanted it to. And so what Desiree Reed-Francois, my perspective, is getting a coach like a Becky Burke, who has won at every single stop that she's been at, right? She won at Buffalo, was the coach of the year. She had a winning record at Embry-Riddle, the aeronautical school up in Prescott. She's won at every single stop. And if she can win at these kind of places, imagine what she could do with the resources. And you know, maybe in Adia Barnes's perspective, the resources, the amount of money that's being pumped into women's basketball may not be what she wants. But for a person like Becky Burke, a coach, she's like, I got everything I want. This is way better than all my other situations. I can make this work.
Yeah. I mean, again, we can be honest. Adia Barnes was paid like a top 10 coach of a top 10 program and wanted top 10 money. Arizona women's basketball was not any of those. So
they got less for more with Adia.
Yeah. So, much. I mean, it wasn't a top 10 program. And, you know, we treat everybody fairly, but not equally. I believe it to my core. You're not going to get the money of a top 10 program. We're going to put that into football and basketball, men's basketball, because football makes the most money for the athletic department. And I think we're on the right track with Brent Brennan, what he's done this offseason. And men's basketball is the crowning jewel of Tucson and Wildcat Nation. So I just think that Becky Burke, I'm going to put her to the same standard I put Brent Brennan or Tommy Lloyd. I want to see who she hires as an assistant coach or assistant coaches. How's she going to fill out her staff? Is it strategic? Are they good? Are they good teachers? Are they good recruiters? And then, you know, you're kind of drinking out of a fire hose. I mean, she should probably talk to Brent Brennan because she's kind of in a similar situation as him.
And not just the same initials.
Yeah, not just the same initials. Because he was drinking. I mean, he got hired, you know, at a time where it was like go, 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 go. And he didn't have the runway to probably do a lot of things he wanted to do. Now he's had a year. He's had that runway. So she's got to fill a coaching staff. She's got to figure out Tucson. She's got to buy a house. She got to sell her house in Buffalo. She's got to, you know, do all those things that normal people do when they're moving from Buffalo. I mean, she's moving from Buffalo, New York to Tucson, Arizona.
Yeah.
So that's immense just on its own from a human level.
I feel so bad for her. She went through a Buffalo winter and is now about to experience a Tucson summer.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Gotta thaw her out.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I mean, but I'm not even talking about the weather, man. I'm just talking about all the elements that go into moving your life. So she's got to move her life as a human being. And then from a college basketball head coach perspective, she got to do all the things. She got to learn the athletic department. I mean, she has an immense task ahead of her. I'm hoping that the reason she was hired is that when she was being interviewed by our athletic director, she had a cogent, articulate plan and was organized. And I mean, I have to assume that whatever she said and whatever she presented to Desiree Reed-Francois, it resonated with our athletic director. So like, that's a great plan. You're our person. We'll see.
As far as Braden Burries goes.
Yeah. The headline.
Absolute bucket. Averaged just under 30 points per game last year. And he is one of 3, depending on what site you look at, 5-star players with this Arizona recruiting class. And that does not include Bryce James.
Yeah.
So you got 3 5-stars and LeBron's kid.
I saw Aristode was a 4-star. I think he's like a 4 or 5-star. I don't know.
Regardless, he's highly touted.
I mean,
really good.
Let's talk about stars for a second. 5 stars. Do you know how many 5-star players played in the national championship game?
Maybe 0.
0.
Yeah.
0 5-star players. So, you know, who are they being rated by? Who are they being evaluated? Now, Koa Pete's awesome. Braden Burries is awesome. But, you know, don't get caught up in stars. Because most of the people that are doing the evaluation and putting those stars on the board, they're not awesome.
Well, and that's why like I'm a little bit cautious because you know who was a 5-star player? Emmanuel Acott.
Yeah.
Right. Like there have been some 5-star players that have come through Arizona that didn't end up panning out. I do feel confident though, because this Braden Burries guy is a multi-level scorer and just a pure bucket. And he's going to be your starting 2 guard. And when you add that with a pass first facilitator and a guy like Jaden Bradley and a guy who can also play defense too. A lot of people forget, you know, in Jaden Bradley's first year, And that game against Clemson, he had like, what, 3 steals, 3 blocks. Like, he is a good defensive guard who's also a really good facilitator. And when you add the scoring punch that is Braden Burries and Koa Pete, you got Carter Bryant, a year matured, and he's got that year of experience under his belt. I like the pieces that Tommy Lloyd is putting together. Now, are they going to rely on freshmen more? Sure. Than in years past, but they've also got the experience too. I like this blend. And also too, I remember so many people talked about Tommy Lloyd's ability to recruit when he first got to Arizona. It's like, well, he can only get the international guys. I think Tommy Lloyd's doing just fine in the United States of America.
Yeah. Where's Chris the critic now? I mean,
Chris the critic.
That's stupid. It was a stupid saying then. It's a stupid saying now, and people like to judge. And most of the time they don't know what they're talking about. They're judging things based on just emotion and no knowledge whatsoever. So, look, these guys are going to have to learn how to play together. It's going to take time. Every season's its own book. They're going to have to write that book. Hopefully, the non-conference and conference schedule, it's either going to destroy you or it's going to harden you. And I'm hoping for the latter. They've got all the talent. I mean, Mo Krivas hasn't played basketball for a year. He's going to have to get ramped up again. I mean, the loss of KJ and Henry are significant. So these guys are going to have to step up. They're going to have to learn how to play together. They're going to have to grow and mature together. And so, you know what? But I feel good. Tommy Lloyd did a great job. There'll be a couple guys in the portal to build some depth, and we'll be ready to go.